Body game. To me, it's a form of art, a form of beauty. And women, let's just be real, they love beautiful things. They say men are more driven by what they see, but arguably, women, they pay more attention to detail than we do. I mean, they love beautiful objects, colors, designs, architecture, right? Beautiful little things they can go out and shop for and buy. I mean, they love it. Flowers, you name it. Art. Definition of art. Just a simple definition. Something that has to be imagined and then created for others to appreciate, right? Whether it's music or words on paper or sculpture. What does body game know? Body game is something that has to be created. You can be born with beauty. You could be born with great genetics, but your physique, if you're born with the best genetics and don't reveal it by going to the gym, you're not maxing out your potential. Who's gonna know? So body game is a form of art, and women love that. They love it. They can go on Instagram, TikTok, and find guys with great physiques all day long. I mean, you can look at movies, Michael B. Jordan, Brad Pitt in Fight Club, right? These guys, just two examples of guys with great physiques. So they can go and watch TV, watch movies, and see that. But as soon as they step out into the real world, where they at? Where they at? Can't find them. At least not here where I live. I'm in Alabama. They ain't here. Okay, so it makes you rare. And I think it helps you, it gives you an advantage. It helps them appreciate you more because they know they can go out here and get the average guy. Yeah, the average chicken, you go out here and get the average guy. But see, if you got that body game, you don't have to be worried about going through her phone, going through her contacts, trying to figure out who this and that person is. She ain't gonna find another guy like you. It's gonna be difficult. And I'm not saying just because you got a six pack or whatever, you can go out here and just be an asshole, or you can just go out here and write. Like, you don't have to know how to speak, know how to communicate. If you go out here and you got a six pack, and as soon as you open your mouth, you sound like an idiot, game over, right? Especially when you get to, as you get older. I'm in my 40s now. You got to be bringing more to the table than just a nice physique that'll get you in the door, and it's great and all, but if you want a long-term relationship, yeah, good luck. They ain't dealing with you unless it's the kind of woman you don't really want to deal with. I mean, somebody that's gonna be taking care of you. I ain't trying to date my mom. I can take care of myself. So what are you looking for? But anyway, back to body game. It's a form of art, right? That is harder to achieve. It's harder to achieve. I used to be bulky, muscular, but bulky. And if you're out there going to the gym and you're getting bulky, you putting on muscle, you shout out to you. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, what's the recipe for getting bulky? The recipe: go to the gym, lift heavy shit, eat everything on your plate. That's the recipe. Yeah, you gonna get bulky, you gonna get put on muscle and stuff like that, right? But that is the recipe. And everybody knows that when it's time to reveal that and time to show your abs, show your delts, right? Show that you got some muscle definition. When it's time to show that, it gets harder. You got to take into consideration your body. What diets you respond to. It gets harder. You got to watch your macros. You got to watch your caloric intake. Or you got to try to put on more muscle without getting, too much heavier, right? Without trying not to get too fat. Or You got to try to be losing weight without losing muscle. It's hard. It's harder. And the type of woman that you want, she knows that. And she would appreciate that because she's either doing it herself or she wants to do it. And sometimes that can be the entry to get you in the door, because it's like, oh, well, maybe she's interested in talking to you about how you achieve this, how'd you do this, and now you got something in common. So, but once again, I kind of get off script sometime, but yes, body game, it is a form of art, right? It's beautiful, and I just think women appreciate that. Another thing body game does is it is a form of power. Okay, but the kind of chick you want to deal with, she's probably dated guys with nice physiques before. So what does she say about those guys? She probably says, oh, he was an asshole, right? Or she dated a guy with money, some kind of influence, right? Knowledge in the workplace, right? Probably was an asshole. So you don't have to be that guy. Flip it on her. Be a nice dude. Be a gentleman. Cause she already expecting you to be an asshole. You flip it on her. Don't do that. It's not worth it. You might get them in the beginning, man, but you ain't gonna keep them around. They're just gonna be tired of dealing with that. And when I say be nice, be a nice dude, I'm not saying being a pushover. Don't be a pushover. But women can distinguish between a nice guy and somebody who's a pushover, right? Somebody that can just, they can just run over. And at the end of the day, they ain't gonna want you. What I'm saying about being a nice dude is be the kind of guy be what you would like to see in a woman. If you want a woman to be nice to you, be kind to you, and feminine to you, well, be masculine, but be kind to her too. You're gonna receive what you give. You're gonna get what you put out. And that makes you even more rare, because now you're almost like the total package. You got a nice physique, you got a great personality, you're a nice guy, and you know how to communicate, you know how to speak, which makes women comfortable around you. And that's important too, because if you're not comfortable with being around women, they're not going to be comfortable with being around you. And it's not going to get you far. So what body game does for you is get you that initial attraction. See, money can buy a lot of shit, but it cannot buy primal lust. It cannot buy just that sexual tension that a nice physique does. Money can't buy that. You hear women talking about, oh, I want to marry rich. I want to marry a rich man, right? You don't never hear them saying anything about I want to fuck a rich man. They want to marry a rich man. But they got that rich man secured. Why you checking out the pool boy? Why you checking out the guy at the local pub playing guitar? Why you checking out the guy over here at the gym? Oh, because he got a nice physique, better than your rich husband, right? So money can't buy you that. See, this dude over here, next thing you know, I done been in this situation, man. I hate to admit it, but next thing you know, you got the wife at home with the secure husband taking care of her, and she over here doing the dude with the, hey, I ain't telling y'all nothing new, but it's for real. Okay, this shit happens. So, but yeah, in my opinion, body game is beautiful to women because they get to see your creative side. They get to see what you can build. what you can make from scratch. And people who are creative are usually put in that intelligent category. All right? Interesting. And you're putting yourself in that category just by looking a certain way. And you don't even have to try as hard as these guys out here driving Lexuses and Corvettes, and I ain't naming all these luxury cars because I don't know them. You can roll up in a Tahoe, just a nice looking Toyota. You're getting just as much play as they are. They rolling up in the building in 3-piece suits. You roll up in the building with a nice fitted shirt and some nice pants that you got from fucking Target. You getting just as much play as they are. I didn't say more, but just as much. But who's working harder? They are. See, you do all your hard work in the gym. You may have enough money to be able to afford the Lexus and to be able to afford all those nice clothes and stuff and watches and shit that they wearing. But you don't have to. I can afford all that stuff if I want to. Don't have to. Don't have to work as hard. I do my work in the gym. I do my work out here on the streets when I'm running. Man, anyway, that's my take on body game. Like, subscribe, and be that guy.